been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Jags and the Broncos on Thursday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is... And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. When you look at this Bronco defense, they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Bigsby. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Bigsby once more. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tank Bigsby, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here we go. Reload.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Throwing Nix. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's putting together a very strong first half of the season. Currently the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Lawrence will throw. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
The Jaguars in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line.
From the gun, Bigsby.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he fires one incomplete.
When you look at this Bronco defense,
they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Lawrence.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Red on red. Take right open.
Again, it's Lawrence.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Tucker Kraft,
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
and the Jaguars have taken. Touchdown lead now.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nix from the shotgun.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. So no gain on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Nix. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Back to the air with Nix. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Javonte Williams.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos are back within a score.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting set to go once more. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
That's going to be caught downfield by Reed.
And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
2nd and 6.
13, Luke. Here we go, sir.
Another run by Bigsby.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And his kick is indeed good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Nix to the air. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on third down, it's Nix. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Nix to throw again. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Nix. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Hey, Lion.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Steps away to his left.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And bulldozing his way through.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
Down the sideline he goes. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Touchdown! Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year.
And And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17-all. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And Bigsby once more.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Here is 3rd down and 4. Lawrence.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47.
Here's Lawrence.
Out to his left. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Second down and a yard. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence.
Dancing to his left.
Oh, he tried to throw back over the middle, and it's intercepted.
And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And now it's blocked. It's picked up a wide ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And, partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, You've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
Now a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 19-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he's down to the 12. Throwing Nix.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Nix looking to throw again.
Being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
To throw, here's Nix.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Juju Smith-Schuster
Laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The visitors' offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Lawrence will throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
30 left.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Nix.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Josh Hines-Allen.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Lawrence to throw. Short throw. He's got Kraft.
And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Hey, Lion.
It's a throw again as Lawrence.
Flushed out right.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
Now Lawrence.
Loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll roll him out right.
Open man is Duvernay.
Let's go, 52.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Hey, run. Go.
4th down. Here's Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, set.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 76 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's Nix.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.
That's good for a